listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights by Janita with Janita Francis. Live from InsightsByJanita.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights by Janita
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Insights by Janita Francis. I am the one and the only. This is becoming a catchphrase for me, isn't it? I don't know if it's a good thing that I'm the one and only. Don't know. It depends on the audience, I suppose, the individual interactions that I've had over the years. I wanted to start this week by saying, wow, I have a Pisces moon, okay, which means that my moon was in the sign of Pisces at the time of my birth. Now, if you've been following any of the retrogrades, you will know that Mercury, in particular, the planet of communications, is in retrograde in Pisces right now. Now, we also have Neptune up there in Pisces as well. So basically, I'm scattered. I don't know whether I'm Arthur or Martha or Jim or Judy or Tom or Dick or Harry. I'm all over the place. And it has been an interesting time. I decided to update my website in Mercury retrograde, which incidentally, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means that I committed almost like a cardinal sin. It's like holding a red flag to a bull. You try not to update your entire website or any of your electronic things during the time that Mercury is in retrograde, because it can actually have you all over the place. It can lose your information. You can think that you've deleted everything. This time, even though I did it in retrograde, I actually only lost my homepage, which was great because it was a blessing. Initially, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die. But then when I gathered myself, I realized, you know what, I don't think I was actually ever happy with my homepage. So just calm down a little bit. Calm your farm is an expression that we use down here in the South, and see what else I can come up with instead. And once I got those nerves and that feeling of what have I done, calming down, then I actually was able to write a much better homepage. It was a bit more who I am, as opposed to, I try to be as authentic as possible, and sometimes my potty mouth shocks people, but that's me. That's who I am. It comes along with my personality. So, and I tried to step away a little bit from that. I tried to do the website initially more of a marketing thing, and I never felt happy with it. So I'm actually really pleased that I've made the changes. I don't know if I will hold a red flag to the bull of Mercury ever again, because there was that moment where I was in absolute despair. But it paid off in the end. I think it's been really, really good. So we've had some really cool readings this week as well. We've tapped into lots of people's deceased loved ones. We've helped a lady move through some of her inflammation. She actually had external inflammation, so getting a lot of eczema, getting a lot of rashes, stuff that was just popping out on her body for no reason. We were able to track that back into inflammation and some anger, some toxicity, and remove those emotional blockages and work on removing those emotional blockages, so she's able to calm down the physical manifestations of what the spiritual issue was. So when you hear about people saying disease, it's actually a dis-ease. There's a disharmony or an upset in the ease of living. So so it's been an interesting week. It's been really, really cool. So got all the cards out. Got my Kambaba Jasper, which is the one that kind of looks like the ocean, looks a bit like a crocodile green skin if you're not watching and you can't see the crystal. Mine actually fits in my hand, so it's actually quite large. And it's all about protection, grounding, and going on astral travel. It actually looks a bit like NASA has stuck a picture of the Earth from the universe on the crystal's bottom. So it's a really cool crystal, but it's certainly designed around the universe having you back. And I think we'll probably touch on that today, you know, the people that have some uncertainty in their lives and they just need to feel stability and need to feel that everything's okay. And I don't really understand what's happening right now, but I know that the bigger picture is yet to be shown to me and everything will be all right. And that's pretty much what's going on for me at the moment, what's been going on for the people I've read for this week in particular. The last 5 or 6 days have been quite under scrutiny. And I'm not at all surprised that I picked up this crystal because it just jumped out. I go to the altar each week, as you know, if you watch the show each week, and pull out a new crystal. And this one was doing the pick me. So that's what you do. You pick them and you bring them out for a play, and then you research what they mean because you realise that your crystal knowledge is non-existent. But I like that one in particular. It was gifted to me from a friend, and it's absolutely beautiful. I really like it. So let's see if we've got any callers ready to go. Carol in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Carol, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Are you well?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah. Stillwater, Oklahoma. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. What can I do for you, Carol? What are we going to have a look at?
Anything.
Anything. Lovely. You're giving me a clean slate to work with. Oh,
Yeah.
Kind of feels like...
Yeah, I need...
Yeah, guidance. I was going to say, it kind of feels like you're sort of sitting in a bit of a... You're sitting in the creek, like if you picture yourself as a duck and you're sitting in the creek and you're sort of waiting for the tide to decide which direction you're going in. So
Yeah.
It's not a sense of urgency. It's just, I'm not really sure whether I want to go upstream or downstream or over to the bank. It's kind of that feeling of what's next? You know, what do I want to do next? How's my life looking next? So let's...
exactly, after everything I've been through.
Yeah. And you know what? All of that... now, for the listeners, of course, everything Carol's gone through has been bloody one. If you picture dominoes on the ground, that's pretty much what Carol's life's been for quite some time. You just think you're upright and the next domino falls and it starts a ricochet effect. And you've worked through that, and there's still, like my eyes just filled up with tears then, Carol, so I can feel that there's still some stuff that you're shifting through, but you really, when you reflect back of everything, you've done a tremendous job. So, you're definitely on the beautiful path of injecting a bit more happiness in your life, because the thing that you're asking now is what's next, but it's a what's next in a positive sense. It's not a bloody hell, what next? It's not one of those what's next, okay? So it's really cool. I like your energy. But you're ready for something else now. Yeah.
Trust me, I am ready for something else. I've been through enough.
Yeah. You're actually really stepping into your spiritual awareness too. So you're quite intuitive. You're a bit of an earth baby, which means that being outside in nature, being with your grass under your foot, scenery is an important thing to you, landscape. If you lived I'm not really familiar with Stillwater, but if you lived in the middle of New York City, you would not be happy. There's too much claustrophobic sort of feeling going on there. So you need to be out a little bit so you can feel a bit more of the fresh air around you, I suppose. So that's where you'll feel most of your connection to yourself and feel more at ease and at peace, is when you're out in the garden and working on things. Family has come up
you're right.
as well. So if you, is family around you at the moment, or you're getting your family back to where it should be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So family has come up and communication has come up as well. So the lines of communication with your, yeah. The lines of communication between you and your family have been, they've just shown me an elastic band being stretched out, okay? So not everyone's speaking the same language at the same time, and it's been a little bit under strain. That's changing.
It has been for me and the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been for me and the girls.
Yeah. Yeah. The fourth house has just come up, which is, I'm kind of doing astrology reading and lots of different, I'm just chucking it all in together to maximize your reading for you. The fourth house has come up, and that's the house of your home and your roots and who you are in your family unit. So I know that it's family related that you're working through. And it's been an emotional time for everybody involved in that. The moon's just made an appearance for you in your reading. So the things that you're working through on an emotional level, and it can be somewhat tiring, like you're getting, there's some moments where you're, was there ever going to be an end to it? And that's certainly coming to an end now. Just going to get a little bit more clarity on where this peacefulness that you're looking for is coming in. Yeah. There's been a lot of instability around that as well, miscommunication, not understanding, not feeling like you're being heard. That's all actually going out the window, and that's going to improve at a fast rate of knots. Especially after the 9th of March, 10th of March is when things are going to really start to improve for you, and you're going to start to feel a bit more victory over your emotions. All right, let's have a look, see what we've got in the way of a blessing. Okay, it's coming up saying that you're not been sleeping very well.
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. So do you have a sleep routine that you do, like a particular routine each night? So you're getting your body ready, perhaps to have a shower. You're quite empathic, and because you're intuitive, you will suck up everybody else's energy during the day. So I would recommend that if you can, have your shower at night time before you jump into bed, just to reset everything. We are mostly water, and just having a shower and washing that water in the one direction tends to reset ourselves and reset our energy. So if you could swap your showers to nighttime, that will certainly help you with your sleep routine as well. I'm not even going to try to talk you into meditating, because I think you've got one of those brains that has trouble shutting down. But it's if you can go out in the garden, get out in the in the nature a little bit more, take your shoes off. That's meditating for you, because you're actually quite aware of how the environment feels, and that quietens down your mind chatter. Okay, so that's a little tip. A little tip for you to consider, instead of run-of-the-mill meditation, which I think you'd struggle with, because you're always thinking, yeah. All right, how's that? Is there anything else I need to cover for you, Carol?
Am I always going to be alone?
I beg your pardon?
Am I always going to be alone?
Ah, the relationship question.
It's always been a bad one.
Yeah, it is. It is. If you jump over to my YouTube channel, which is Insights by Janita, and in the playlist there is a video called Boundaries Masterclass. Now, it's a free video. It's a free workshop. You just watch the video. It takes you through everything. I think you will get a lot out of that. There'll be some key moments where you'll go, right, I get this. I get what she's saying, because your ability to love others and put their needs before yours is quite high, and we just need to bring that back into balance so that you can have a loving relationship with people that appreciate who you are and what you bring to the table, and don't try to take anything more from you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So just jump on YouTube. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. I love doing free stuff to help people, but it's called the Boundaries Masterclass.
Boundaries mark the clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you'll get a
I'll
lot
do
out
that
of that
tonight.
because how you apply yourself to your boundaries and how you can learn about yourself, that will bring your partner in because you're not going to be alone, but you still need to become aware of what's going on in your own frequency that is attracting the similar style of people to you, okay? So that's what it's all about.
Okay.
Beautiful. It was
I will
lovely to
do
talk
that.
to you, Carol. You're welcome. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. What a lovely caller. I love it. I love what I do. It's so much fun. All right, let's have a look. See who else we have. Shimon. Logan. Oh, it's Logan. I beg your pardon. Logan from Shimon. Got it. All right.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Logan?
Yes, I can.
Are you there?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, lovely. I'm frozen at my end. Oh, no, there I go. I started moving again. That's nice. All right. What can I do for you?
I'm looking to connect with a friend who just recently passed away, if that's possible.
Okay, we'll give it a go. I'll let you know straight off the bat that if spirit doesn't want to talk, they don't have to talk.
Okay.
So we'll see what they're a bit funny sometimes. We can't force them and we can't rouse on them either. Who's the first person you want to connect with? Is that the male?
I'm sorry?
Who's the first person you wanted to connect with?
Do you want me to give her name?
Yes, please.
It was a neighbor. Her name is Kazuko.
Okay. Who's the male? Is there a male that you wanted to connect with?
It could be my grandfather also as well, who's passed.
Okay, all right. Okay, so he's come straight in. He's put two hands, one on either side of my back, like on my shoulders. So I don't know whether he did that when you were sitting down to let you know that he was there or that was his thing, but he's letting you know that he has your back. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, he is very aware of it. He knows that he's around you. He hasn't gone too far. It's just that he says he's got things that he needs to do, and that's why you don't feel him all the time. He's particularly happy with when you spend a bit more time with yourself or yourself in your own space. So I don't know if he likes to do that, and that's something that you don't always find that you have enough time to spend by yourself, but he says that that's a really good way for you to declutter and relax.
Right.
What nationality was your grandfather?
Italian.
Okay, that's why he's brown. He's like really, yeah. Okay, so that'll explain why he's very comfortable with his emotional side. Beautiful. He's a really nice man. He's in a generation men were men. Okay? But if you take that away from it, he's actually a really lovely human being. He was a really nice man. He's still letting you know that that's why the Italian is their family unit, so he's always got your back. Is that feeling of ancestral support and protection. That's really cool. Okay, so he came through first. So and your next door neighbour is the next person that you wanted to have a look at?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Not long. When did she pass?
Just last month.
Okay, yeah, not long. They say not long. Okay, the first thing that she's showing me is that people are moving stuff in her house. So are people going there and taking stuff out? I know that's normal, okay? You don't need to be a medium to know that. But she's a little bit funny about people taking stuff off the walls. So her family kind of started to clean out the house or something?
Her lawyer is actually taking things from her. And actually, she never liked anybody in and out of her house. She was a very private person.
And look, she's not distressed, okay? You know, I'm going to say human life, okay, just so we can get what I'm trying to convey. But in human life, you get a little bit frantic about stuff, a little bit OCD. In spirit life, she's not that frantic, but she is showing me that she likes to like move quickly and make sure things are in a right order. And she's quite, I'm going to say distressed, but not in a human distress. Okay, it's like she's because she's just brand new to being back in spirit form, so it's a little bit of an adjusting time. Don't be surprised if the family come and say that they put something down on a bench and now it's not there or whatever. I think that she will fight them a little bit with her sense of humour about putting things back where she wants them, or about making things perhaps not be where they left them, just to get them to understand that she's still around.
Right.
She's she's a bit of a character. She's look, she's just, did something happen with her heart, or was she just I've just got really bad indigestion, so I've kind of, you know, when you feel like you need to burp and your burp just won't come out, that's what it feels like. So
she had cancer, and towards the end she had trouble swallowing.
Right, okay, cool. Right, so she's left all of that behind now. She's taken me to when she was 27 years of age. Now, I don't know if you know the family history, but if you're talking to her kids or someone that knows her, 27 was the prime of her life. She absolutely loved it. So wherever she was living in the world at 27, that's where she's taken me back to. So when Spirit comes and grabs me and says, I want you to have a look here, that's generally where they felt their most fun, or their most beautiful, or their sexiest, or their most strong.
Right.
27 is a key age group for her, a key age time. Now, it's quite interesting because she picked an age that's just before your Saturn return, and Saturn is the planet of structure. So it's kind of like a whole world may have shifted or changed when she went through her Saturn return. So the fact that she's chosen an age before that says that time was much more simple before then. So I don't know if she started having children or what was going on, but she really enjoyed your company, and she liked talking with you as well. And she knows that there's something along the. Did you have a front fence or something? A little bit of a fence between your houses, just near the end of the house, not like all the way to the road.
A little bit. She had a fence kind of by the road.
Okay, all right. She's taken me to the fence on the outside. Now I do this in mirror sometimes, is your house to the right-hand side of her?
So our house, my grandmother's house, was, we lived right across the street from her.
Right, okay. Okay, all right. She's kind of giving me the impression to go right. She wants to go right. Not really sure what that's all about. She's leaning on the fence and she's leaning in the right, like on the right-hand side. So I'm not really sure what that means. Whether that was her favourite spot, I'm not sure, but she's taken me there and it's
She was always out in her garden. She was always out in her garden gardening too, so that might be. She had a huge garden in her front yard.
Beautiful. All right, cool. So you will see her. Now, if you see the lights flicker on in her house at night time, don't get too stressed out. That's just her. She likes the lights to be turned off in the rooms that she's not in. She's still quite active. Don't be surprised if you see her in your house. She's just quite active. She's very comfortable with being passed, okay? Don't get me wrong, because she did have a few little issues towards her passing, and she's giving me that indigestion again, so that was really quite uncomfortable for her. But she says she's got everything back, so she's able to move freely. She's able to do what she wants to do and have a bit of fun and visit everybody. Visit everybody is a big thing for her. She wants to visit everybody. So I don't know if her family was spread out or she just
her family is actually her family's in Japan, so we've been talking.
Wow. Okay, so that's why she can visit everybody. She's not restricted anymore. Oh, that's awesome. She thanks you very much. She's got a particular smelling flower in her front yard that either you and her both liked or you talked about, and she wants you to remember her with that smell. Kind of feel like it's a little white flower, or there's not like a giant rose or anything like that. A bit smaller than a daisy. Not really sure with the flowers over there. Sorry. I have to brush up on my United States flowers because there's a lot of them that come and bring me flowers. All right. Is there anything else I can do for you, Logan? Oh. I have lost Logan. We'll see how we go. Okay, so we've got Logan.
Yes.
There you are. I thought I disappeared. Sorry.
Would I be able to ask her a quick question if she's still there?
I could give it a go.
How she felt about her lawyer before she passed, because her lawyer's been doing some shady things.
All right, she's shaking her finger in that naughty manner, okay? I don't think she was overly happy.
And can you ask her what should we do, or what's happened? Is there anything that we should know about to move forward?
I think it was a miscommunication. So it's kind of like she said one thing and he interpreted it as a different. When it was written down, it was slightly different. She said it's okay. She's not mad about it. She's just crossed that it wasn't as clear as what she wanted it to be. That everything will be all right. She's saying everything will be all right. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That's so helpful.
You're welcome. Lovely. Lovely to speak to you, Logan. Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too, sweetie. Bye-bye. Okay, that's almost me done. So you have been watching Insight by Janita Francis. I am available for private readings. We tap into a whole bunch of stuff. We like to get right to the root of the problem. And I have a Facebook public image, which you can catch me on Insight by Janita Francis. You can also catch me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, I'm always here on Moonstruck TV every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Next week, we'll be covering off collective readings, all sorts of things. I have got a workshop, an online workshop where you can be anywhere in the world coming up on the 7th of March. So do check it out on my Facebook events and you'll be able to tap in there and get yourself a ticket. For the US people, the dollar rate is fantastic at the moment. So grab yourself a seat, sit back, get a cup of tea and watch Humaning the Spiritual Way. It's all about realigning yourself and just going for your greatest good and your highest self as well, and just bringing total abundance into your life. And I'm super passionate about it, if you can't tell from my voice or from my face. And that's what I'll be doing on the 7th of March with Trish Rock, who also appears on Moonstruck TV. So we're super excited to be collaborating on this for you. And I think that's me done for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, please do enjoy your week, and we'll do it all again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. right here on Moonstruck. Thanks. Bye for now.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching